Hi everyone, my name is Brian and I work at JDRF in the research department. Like most people in the world, I'm quarantined in my home right now, practicing social distancing and all of that because of coronavirus. A few days ago, I fell ill and I used the telehealth service provided by my employer to have a visit with a doctor, a virtual visit with a doctor, and it worked out really well. So we thought it would be great to give you all a few tips for making the most of any telehealth appointment that you will have. First off, this is not for medical emergencies. If it's a medical emergency, please dial 911. First thing is, you should check in advance to see what options are available to you. It's better to know in advance if there's a specific app or service that you have to use rather than when you're sick. So if you plan that out in advance, it makes it a little easier when you need the service to be able to use it. Second thing is to write down all your questions in advance. As much as you can treat this like a normal visit, it's just like having a conversation with your doctor in person, but you're doing it over a video conference. So any questions you may have, it's just helpful to write them down and to have them right in front of you when you're ready to go. If this is a visit to an endocrinologist, make sure that all of your systems and devices are uploaded ahead of time. If you have like Dexcom Share or any of the pumps that have, cloud-based data sharing, do that in advance, especially because it's unlikely that you'll be able to get any blood work done in advance of your appointment. So it's super important to upload those things in advance. That way you can have an informed conversation about basal rates and insulin to carb ratios and all the other things that you cover with your endocrinologist. The next thing is to check in with your regular physicians right now to see if that's how they're handling appointments. I know where I live in New York City, a few of the big endocrinology centers are handling all of their visits. They're all video chats for at least the next 6 weeks. So check in advance to make sure you're not trekking all the way up to see your service provider if everything is over the computer anyway. Next is make sure you have your list of prescriptions you need refilled, ready to go. If it's pump supplies, if it's insulin, anything like that, make sure you have that list ready to give to your physician, or you already request it through a patient portal if you may have one, to make sure that you get them filled as quickly as possible. And one more important thing is that Medicare has temporarily expanded their coverage of telehealth services to respond to the current public health emergency. We're putting a link in the description of this video specifically around Medicare, so if that applies to you, please check that out so you can take advantage of telehealth services in this time. And lastly, but most importantly, make sure your phone and computer are charged. You can't have a telehealth conversation if your phone's dead. So that's all. Those are our tips for making the most of a telehealth appointment, and I hope everyone stays safe.